And we've had quite a few clients in various industries raising this with us in recent times. So this is something of a response along a broader base, is this whole notion of a quote register and performance for your sales reps or your organisation as a whole as to what's actually going on. So what we can actually do here is take all the stuff that just happened and say, in a given time frame, how are we performing with what we're trying to do? But we want to follow these things up as well. So we can go in here, back into our, this is basically the same form you saw a moment ago with the emailing, and we can load up all the quotes that have been raised in a time frame or followed up, last follow-up, next follow-up dates, for debtors or for contacts, drill it down by sales rep or the person who entered it. If you've got more ideas up here, let us know them. That will flood in once again into the grid all of the quotes that are actually in the system. And here we may want to email them, which we're going to come to in just a second, but we may want to pick the phone up and actually just talk to them and follow that quote up. So it's a dashboard as well as an emailing function. I've just gone for a sidetrack here to show you all you're seeing on the screen is essentially the quotes that are in the system. In this case, that's a quote on the debtors account. We could also do follow-up now on that there by a right-click action. And back into the contact maintenance screen also we've got quotes in here. You could look at any given contact and see their quotes. And I think just for the sake of showing off, we actually went to the overall master quote account. You can actually see every quote for every contact that's been done that is still open, hasn't been won, hasn't been lost. There's only a couple in our demo system. We can see the lot there as well. So there's a whole lot of different ways we can track and look at the information. But coming back to here, one of our functionalities is to say, let's follow up these guys with regards to the quote. But we may also want to do that in terms of the phone. So we can right-click. It is a dashboard. It's got that drive forward and back sort of handling happening. Bunch of fields across to the right, including tracking all follow-up, contact, etc. on every quote. So we're going to right-click on that one there. Pick up the phone. You can see here our previous attempts. Unsuccessful attempt. The comment was that Sam was sick, couldn't speak to him that day. Decision's going to get made tomorrow. If you delete a quote, which you could do here, so there's the comment we just added, always at the top of the log, the most recent interaction with the client will be at the top. Next follow-up date, defaults to 7 days, or whatever your system settings is to follow that quote up again. Now, at this point, we could go down the emailing track as well. So, jumping across, going next, pick up the template that's relevant for your quote follow-up. You'll have different templates for different sales reps, for different purposes, etc. You'll load the one that's applicable. Charles Xavier's from X-Men. The Jeep's got sensational traction control. Editing the template. Same principle as we talked about before. The third part of this is I can actually edit any individual email before I send them out. I failed to say something before. This is going to note onto the quote the contact follow-up. When you use your overdue emailing functionality, it goes into the posted notes of the debtor's account like you would manually add yourself if you were following anything up with regards to debtors. So we're going to be driving all the data into the relevant places to feed you guys back the information of what's going on. And the last thing here I think Phil did for me was to jump into the actual debtor itself and just to show the comment that's now been put. I started to say before, if you delete a quote, you must tell us why. It goes in the void table. It's no different than going into the debtor order screen and cancelling the quote if you've got the permissions to do so. It goes in the void table, but now you must stipulate the reason it was lost. Were we too expensive? Did we take too long to follow up? That way we can get some better analysis going on with regards to performance around this area. So there's a brand new tab in the reports area. There's a couple here showing. I think this will probably flesh out to a whole pile of them very quickly, which we're calling the quote register, and the ability to analyse won and lost type ratios. We will always come up to today. It's kind of like a live data set. The stuff you're looking at is very much a live data set on the feed. So I've just gone from the 1st of September to the time frame that we were actually running this training video. And now I'm getting to see how many quotes were opened this period, how many did I already have open, how many have been closed, lost, how many were won, what's our ratio, how many have we still got open at the end of that time frame, because that's going to boil down to a ratio of orders placed and ultimately revenue turnover. And everything that's going on is driven back by a sales rep in terms of your performance accountability.